What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Derek the Gator is back with another video. Today is June 12th. Hope you're having a great weekend. I'm trying to do my best to relax from another hectic work week. I'll be jumping right back to work tomorrow, so yeah, that's how it goes. But thank you so much for coming back. In my previous video, I mentioned that I'll talk more about the PlayStation 5. Which I intend to do. But before I get to that, I just finished watching the Xbox Bethesda live stream that they aired earlier today. I'm not going to spend much time on this. There were a few games that I did find very interesting, but for the most part, I just feel like, now I understand that this was just Bethesda and Xbox. You know, there's tons of other studios and things like that that probably wasn't a part of that live stream. But I kind of feel that, Xbox is kind of like a child that you really, really love, right? I'm trying, I'm trying to come across so you have this make sense. A child that you really, really love, and you want this child to really accomplish something, to just like you would want your child to, right? But they're just missing it. They're not getting it. They're just, I don't know. But you have to be patient, right? You have to be patient, and you just have to kind of wait to see how things play out, because this was just one occasion, all right? This live stream was just one occasion. Xbox, please. Get with your studios, all right? Get with all these studios that you acquired and give us some great adventure stuff, okay? Now, Bethesda, they specialize in, FPSs and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we need way more than just that. Now, yes, there were some other things a part of this live stream than just first-person shooters. There really was. There were two games that really, really interest me. This game called High on Life. I think it's from the creators of Rick and Morty. Now, I'm not a Rick and Morty diehard or anything like that. I do watch, episode here and there, and it is very funny. But yeah, they're coming out with a game called High on Life, and it's very good. Another game I was interested in was A Plague's Tale 2, I believe. This is the sequel. I never played the first one, but when I look at this game, A Plague's Tale 2, it has me interested because it's stealthy. It's it kind of, I'm not going to say God of War-ish, because I'm pretty sure it's nowhere near God of War, but it kind of looks a little bit like that, a little, all right, a little. But for the most part, would I say this live stream was disappointing? I guess my hopes were high. I had high hopes. I really did. Starfield, okay. Starfield is the main event. Starfield is the game that we all want to know about. We all want to see more of, and all that kind of stuff. And it did look good. It looked amazing. It really does. I am very interested in Starfield. So I guess that's 3 games that I'm interested in. But other than that, you know, I still have high hopes. All right, I'll leave it at that. I still have high hopes. All right, Xbox aside. Okay, let's get away. All right, that's the subject at hand. What we're talking about today. Let's get back to our series on the PlayStation 5. Um, in my last video, I believe it was the PlayStation 5 Super Rant. I was just talking about all kinds of stuff. It was my initial feelings and reactions to, getting my hands on a PlayStation 5 for the first time. Well, we're going to continue this series, and today we're going to talk about the PlayStation 5's controller, the Dual Sense controller. Now, I'm sure, those of you who haven't gotten your hands on a PlayStation 5 yet, you've seen tons of videos about this. Inside and out, you've seen people tear these controllers up, break them down, put them back together, tell you what's on the inside. Once again, like I said numerous times in my videos, I'm not the tech guy, okay? There's tons of other guys here on YouTube that'll do that stuff for you. I'm not going to do it. Number one, because I can't afford to. Number two, I just enjoy playing games. All that tech stuff, I'm not into all that. All right, yeah, it's cool to watch, but that's just not me. I'm not your tech guy. I'm just a gamer. I'm an old school gamer. I've been gaming all my life. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I don't have much time to game. So whenever there's something that interests me or something that's exciting, I like to share it with you. All right, so let's talk about the DualSense controller. Here we have it. Just like I said in my previous video, this thing is amazing. It really is. It has a nice little bit of weight to it. It's kind of odd because what is odd about it? What is odd about it? As you can see, it has a whole new shape to it, a whole new weight to it. But still, it still feels like a PlayStation controller. Now, you would think something that has a different shape, something that has a different weight, something that feels different, you can tell it feels different. If you were to close your eyes and hold this, you would say, yeah, this is a PlayStation controller. But it looks different, it feels different, but it still has that PlayStation feel. I find that so fascinating. This is the controller that came with the console. I didn't buy a second controller yet. I do plan on buying one. So unfortunately, I won't be unboxing a controller on this video. But this is the black and white controller, or if you just wanted to call it the white controller. I like to call it the penguin or the tuxedo controller because it looks kind of professional. Looks like it's wearing a little suit. In comparison to the previous controllers that's like all black or, you know, gray or whatever. But the reason why I say this controller is just amazing. I hope you don't hear that car horn in the background. That's what sucks about living in an apartment. Anyway, oh, that's so annoying. But I hope you don't hear it. But the reason why I say this thing is so amazing, there's so much going on the inside of this. This thing has a little bit of weight to it. Oh my God. There's 2 car alarms. Do you hear that? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm dearly sorry. I'm hoping it'll stop. But there's so much going on inside this controller. There's a reason why it has a little bit of weight to it, because I'm sure there's extra components in here. There's extra, you know, things for vibration, weights, things like that. Extra little motors in here. Like I said, I'm not about to tear my controller up, okay? This is the only one I got. I'm not about to destroy it for you. I'm sorry. I love you, but unless y'all ready to buy me another controller, I'm not going to tear this one up until I get another one. But it's just, you know, this controller, it does so much. And I'm going to say it again. Once you get your PlayStation 5, I know you will, but be sure to play Astro's Playroom. Because yes, Astro's Playroom is a tech demo for this controller. But it is still a fun game. It really is. It really is a fun game that you don't want to sleep on, that you just don't want to bypass and just say, oh, this is for kids. But it really shows off what this controller is capable of. Adaptive triggers. That took some getting used to, and it still does today. Like you would play some games like a first-person shooter or whatever. The left trigger would be normal, you know, and the right trigger would do something totally different than the left trigger would. It'll go down halfway. It'll have some tension to it. Like if you're playing a game that has a bow and arrow in it, you can feel the tension as you freaking, you know, pull that controller, that trigger down. It really immerses you in the experience. It really does. The rumble, okay, the vibration. Most controllers, and yes, I'm looking and talking about, you know, my, see, I think I have it up here somewhere. Well, I thought I did. The Xbox controller. No disrespect to the Xbox controller. I said in previous videos, when it comes to controllers, the Xbox controller is probably my favorite one because it feels great in the hands. It just feels so natural. PlayStation, they have the tendency to evolve their controllers. Yes, it still feels the same, but they have the tendency to, every console generation, they add something to their controllers. Xbox, not so much. But as far as vibration, this thing vibrates and rumbles so many different ways. So many different ways. I want to go back to what I was saying about Astro's Playroom. There's a level in the game where it's raining, and I said this in my previous video, where it's raining. It actually feels like raindrops is hitting the palms of your hands as you're playing that level. And then the weather changes, starts to get cold outside in the game, and hail starts to fall. So you have the feeling from raindrops in your hands to hail. You actually feel the difference. Just like I said before, that was just mind-blowing to me. But hey, that is not the first time I felt that way. Because you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the first time I got my hands on one of these. This is a Nintendo Switch, of course. These are Joy-Cons. One game that my daughter CB loved, and I don't know if she still does, was a game called 1-2 Switch. Man, let me tell you something. Being a father and being a gamer and playing games with your daughter, sometimes you have to go through some games that is just like, ugh. I played 1-2 Switch so many times. I would rather run through Hades with gasoline draws on than to play that game again. That's just how many times I played that game. But what I was saying about this Joy-Con, the game 1-2 Switch was basically a tech demo for the Joy-Cons. One game in 1-2 Switch that I found very fascinating was this game where you were holding a box of marbles, right? And you tilt the controller, and it actually feels like the marbles was rolling around inside the controller. You actually felt that. It actually felt like marbles on this side were rolling, and you can feel every little inch of it, of the roll, going from this side to that side, this side to that side, and all over. And it was just, I was like, wow, it actually feels like marbles is on the inside of this controller. It actually feels that way. Now, I'm not saying Sony stole the ideas from this. I'm not saying that. But hey, influence? Maybe. That's all I'm going to say about that. Yes, this controller does things, very similar to what the Joy-Con does. But of course, this came out after the Joy-Con. So yes, this thing does a little bit more than Joy-Cons do. You do have speakers. Well, a speaker here on the front. I don't know if you see that. Got your speaker there. You got microphones here and back here. I don't know why you need two microphones, but hey, it's cool. I do find it pretty cool that, yeah, most of us, we wear headsets and have a microphone when we're doing online gaming and stuff like that. You don't really need that. I mean, you have microphones here. You have a speaker here. You can play the game regular without a headset. Talk to your opponents, do whatever you got to do. You don't need a headset. It's all in the controller. Excuse me. But, Sony, they really do a great job of evolving their controller. When you get a new console, you get a new controller. When you get a new console, you get a new experience. And that's one thing I really love about Sony. That's one thing I really love about PlayStation. Now, my concerns, and yes, I do have concerns. Do you remember this controller? I'm sure you do. It hasn't been that long ago. I swear, my daughter's toys are everywhere. This is the DualShock. No, is it called DualShock? Well, I just call it the PlayStation 4 controller. This is the PlayStation 4 controller. You see this touchpad right here, right? I remember the first time I played Killzone Shadowfall. That was, I want to say it was a launch game for the PlayStation 4. I could be wrong. But it came out around launch. I do know that. And there's some segments in the game where you're playing around with the touch, the touchpad and all that kind of stuff. And I thought it was so cool. Like, oh man, you're gonna be able to do so much with the touchpad. You know, it's gonna be utilized so much. It's gonna change gaming, right? It's gonna change gaming. It's so evolutionary because this also has a 6-axis, just like the PlayStation 3 controller had and stuff like that. So it has all the tilt functions and all that kind of stuff. I was like, man, Sony's just changing the game, man. They're just doing it every freaking time. This touchpad on this controller is just going to be amazing, and every game is going to be just totally different when you play it on PlayStation. Well, in my opinion, not many games use this touchpad. Not many of the games I played anyway. And that was kind of heartbreaking to me. I found myself, it just felt like I was just playing games with a controller that has extra functions that just weren't being used enough, in my opinion. It just weren't being used enough. And that sucked. That really sucked. I'm afraid that may be the same case with this. I hope not. I really hope not, because wouldn't it be cool, right, to have, and this is going to be up to the developers too, to jump on board to do this, but wouldn't it be cool to say you have a multi-platform game, a game that's available on Xbox, that's also available for PlayStation. The PlayStation version is more immersive than the Xbox version because of this controller. Now, I'm pretty sure there are some games out there, like I haven't played Call of Duty, the one that came out shortly after launch for PlayStation 5. I haven't played it, but I believe it does have the adaptive trigger function, things like that. But over time and throughout these years, these extra functions tend to be less utilized. And that's my fear. That's my fear with this controller, because I love this controller. It's amazing. It does great things, amazing things. But my fear is, over the next couple years, these functions are just, they won't be used. I just, the touchpad, the microphone that you can blow into, and, the adaptive triggers for multi-platform games, those functions won't be, they just won't be utilized enough. Now, Sony games, of course, like, God of War, the Sony exclusive games, I'm pretty sure that they will use these kind of things. But I want those functions to go way beyond just Sony exclusive games. That's what I would like. But like I say, it's up to Sony. It's up to the third-party developers to, make that kind of stuff happen. And let's be honest, that kind of stuff costs money. And if Sony feels like, hey, we're not going to spend money on that kind of stuff, why should we? They won't do it. But I have high hopes, and I really hope that, the future with these extra functions on this controller, will be used. They'll make these games extra fun. They'll bring a different experience if you have a PlayStation 5 versus, PC, Xbox. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. But like I said, man, this is a great controller. If you have a PlayStation 5, you know where I'm coming from. And for those of you who are about to get a PlayStation 5, and I'm going to say all of you will, that's, I'm all about positive vibes. For those of you who feel that you will never get your hands on a PlayStation 5, I don't feel that way for you. You will, okay? You will. It just takes time. I never thought I would get my hands on one. But yeah, in due time, you will. While I'm at it, let's do a little unboxing. I already talked about the controller. This, excuse me, is the charge stand for the DualSense controller. I want to say this costs around $30. I got a deal. What was this past holiday? Was it Memorial Day? Yeah, Memorial Day, was it? I got a Memorial Day deal. I paid like, I want to say $22 for it. But this is a charge stand for the controller. I should have took the tape off of here before I decided to do this. There are way more than just oh, am I still on? Okay. There are way more than just this charge stand for a PlayStation 5 controller. There are so many other companies that make charge stands for their controller. I decided to go the Sony PlayStation route because I want, all original accessories and things like that. So, all right, finally got the tape off. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox this real quick. I'm not going to spend much time on it because we all know what charge stands do. So why should I go into detail? So in the box, you got your little instructions, warranty information. You got your little plug-in thing there. I think it plugs. Let me see. Does it plug in? Yeah, it plugs into the wall. So that's the adapter. Got your wall plug. And you have the stand itself. If I can get it out of here. Yeah, that's all that's in the box. Let's pull this out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It looks very PlayStation 5-ish. There you go. It looks just like the PlayStation 5. So, real quick, I'm going to kind of try to plug this in. Is a charge stand necessary? That's totally up to you. Yes, if you have multiple controllers, which I don't. So if you have 2 or more controllers, then yeah, you probably want to get a charge stand. But if you only have one controller, if you're a single player like I am, you just plug it into your console when you're done playing, just like I regularly do. But like I said, I just got this because it was on sale, and I said, you know what, why not? But I've actually watched some YouTube videos on other charge stands, and a lot of people feel that there are a lot of charge stands out there that are better than this. And I'm not going to argue with it. They made some valid points. Let's see. Plug this in real quick. All right, so we plugged in. And let's see if I can get this thing to charge real quick. Do a little quick demo for you. How are we looking? Yeah, there it is. I can see the little lights doing it. So yeah. So it lays flat like that on your table, desktop, or whatever, and all you got to do is just center it. Kind of falls into place right there. And boom, you can see the little orange lights. It's charging. So yeah, like I said, it's around 30 bucks. I'm pretty sure you can find it way cheaper than that. And there are some other charge stands out there. I think I've seen one for like 18 bucks. I think Power A has one for $20 to $25. So there are many other options out there. But this is the Sony PlayStation 5 charge stand. So instead of plugging my controller into the actual console when I'm done playing, I can just drop this in here and walk off. And by the time I come back, just go ahead and pick it up, boom, and start playing again. So just a little quick unboxing and quick demo there. But yeah, man, it's like, whew. I'm still trying to get over that Xbox that Xbox live stream, because like I said, like in my previous video, I thought I told y'all. If I didn't, I'm pretty sure I did. I was like, yeah, Xbox is having this whole live stream that's coming up in the next couple of weeks or so. Be sure to watch it. I was excited. Okay, I couldn't wait. There's some good things that are coming out. And there's a part of me that feel like, you know what, after this video, I want to make another quick video. So let me know down in the comments if you want me to go into detail about how I feel about that Xbox live stream that happened earlier today. All right. Because now that I'm thinking, there's so much I want to say, but my time is running out. But hey, man, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Hit that notification bell. If you got that notification, hey, it was just your boy Gator knocking on your door, man, saying, hey, I'm here. Remember me? That's all that was. Thank you for answering the door. All right. So, Don't forget about me, man. I'm still out here. I'm still putting out content. I'm extremely busy, but I always try to make time, number one, for family. Number two, try to make time for y'all. All right? Because making time for y'all, this is fun for me. This is relaxing. You know, I get to shoot the breeze with you, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is making time for me too. But thank you for coming back to the channel. I really, really hope you subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future videos. If you haven't already, hit that subscription button. I got plenty to talk about. All I require is just a little time out of your week. All right? Now, thank you so much for giving that to me. It means the world. Thank you. So, hey, man, hit that subscribe button. And oh, drop a like too, because in my previous video, I asked y'all to drop a like for my daughter CB. You know, hey, she's going to junior high school. Thank you so much for y'all support. And hey, drop a like. Wish her congratulations. All right. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. Gator loves you. And I'll see you next time. Y'all be easy. Be safe out there. All right. Love yourselves. Love one another. Peace.